Fishman Karate is a martial art that is practiced by certain skilled members of the Fishman race. While deadly enough on land, Fishman Karate has a number of devastating underwater moves designed to be suitable with the Fishman's strength and speed along with the mobility that goes while underwater and, in some cases, a Fishman's personal adaptation, fins, teeth, etc. In this video, we'll be ranking the 5 strongest Fishman Karate user in the world of One Piece. Tonsui is a member of the Macro Pirates and a former member of the Sun Pirates. He is an Arowana fish man. As a fish man he is 10 times stronger than a human and twice that underwater. He can be considered rather weak as Hatchin defeated him as well as the other 2 Macro Pirates easily. He is apparently able to use Fishman Karate, much like Kuro B and Capote, although his skills are never seen as he is beaten before he can use them. During the donut race portion of the Davy back fight, Capote of the Foxy Pirates showed some of his skills in Fishman Karate in order to aid the cutie wagon in racing. Capote can split the very ocean itself in order to send a shock wave to attack an enemy. In the Viz manga, this is called Sea Surface Splitter. Combining himself with Manda by placing himself in the Star Shark's mouth, Capote can create a faster engine for the cutie wagon. With this, Capote and Manda can pull the cutie wagon more easily through raging currents. Apparently Manda's sharp teeth don't hurt Capote. In the Viz manga, this is called Twin Fishpower Engine. This was first seen being used after they and Porch realized that they couldn't move through the coral reef easily and were losing to the Barrel Tiger. Kuro B, officer of the Arlong Pirates, claimed that he is a level 40 practitioner of this martial art style. All of his moves are demonstrated during his battle against Sanji. A hard punch that can send an opponent flying. Kuro B claims that this attack is so strong that it can break through 100 tiles. In the Viz manga this is called 100 Brick Fist. Kuro B slams his arm fin into the back of his opponent's neck. Done underwater, Kuro B wraps his ponytail around the opponent's waist to prevent them from escaping. The word itomaki means manta ray, but it can also mean spool of thread, which is what his opponent looks like when they are caught by this attack. An underwater attack, Kuro B darts forward and uses the momentum to deliver a savage sidekick to the opponent's stomach. This attack's name is a pun. The word kaisoku, written with different kanji, can mean high speed. The term harakudashi, meaning drop of the stomach, is also the word for laxative, and finally, the word jerry is one of the many ways of writing kick, but this version can also mean diarrhea. Put them all together and it makes high speed, laxative-induced diarrhea. This is called instant undersea bowel buster. Done underwater, Kuro B spins and hits his opponent with the heel of his foot. This is called flaming axe kick. A inner soul kick to the chin of Kuro B's opponent. This is called back foot jawbreaker. This is an open palm attack to the chin of Kuro B's opponent. This is called Gaffa Palm Bomb in the Viz manga. Kuro B grabs his opponent then swims extremely fast to the ocean floor where the pressure of the ocean wreaks havoc on the opponent's body. In the Viz manga this is called pulverizing pressure plunge. A much stronger version of the Hyaku Megawara Seiken, Kuro B claims that this move is the true essence of Fishman Karate. It can break through 1,000 tiles, and kill a human with one shot. Unfortunately for him, it was never seen if he was telling the truth because Sanji had defeated Kuro B with a barrage of kicks before the punch could actually connect. In the Viz manga and 4Kids and Funimation's dubs, this is called 1000 Brick Fist. Hody Jones has shown extreme power with his Fishman Karate, so much that Usopp claimed that he was above Arlong. This mighty strength has further been boosted by Hody's overdosage on the energy steroid drugs. However, Jinbei regarded Hody as a rookie compared to himself. Hody uses his tremendous strength and grip to crush large walls of stone. Soshaku means mastication in Japanese. This was first seen when Hody used it to crush the wa. LL of Ryugu Palace to allow water to flood in. Hody first wets his arm, then he punches the air in a chosen direction, using his massive strength to throw many drops of water, which are converted into deadly arrows through mere kinetic force. This is similarly to Arlong, who also threw water with the force of bullets during his battle against Zoro and Sanji in Arlong Park. Yabusame is a type of traditional Japanese mounted archery. This was first seen used against the Straw Hat Pirates and the restrained Neptune Army. After his transformation on energy steroids, Hody secretes the water from his arm, rather than gathering it from an external source. The basic version of Yabusame, in which Hody throws a single drop of water like a bullet. After undergoing the transformation due to the energy steroids, the penetrative force of this attack has increased in an unbelievable way, to the point where it not only pierced through a fishman, but also through several structures and rock formations behind him, moving a long distance away from the location from which it was fired, and only then returning to its original state of drop and falling in the water. Uchimizu is the sprinkling of water in Japan. This was first seen used against a soldier who ran at him, commencing a suicide bombing. After his transformation on energy steroids, Hody secretes the water droplet from his arm. Hody punches the water in front of him, pushing it at his opponent and sending a shockwave through it. The shockwave hits the opponent, dealing great damage and leaving a pressure mark on his body. This was first seen used against Manboshi. Like Jinbei, Hody manipulates the water with his hands as if it were tangible. He first used it on water from a leak made when he was knocked into Noah in preparation for Murasama. Hody throws the water, which takes the shape of a flock of sharks which bite his opponent. It is essentially a more powerful version of Yabusame. Murasama is a type of rain. This was first seen being used on Luffy. As a former Shichibukai member, Jinbei is a very high-level master of the Fishman Karate style. Jinbei punches at a fair distance from the intended target, so instead of the fist connecting, it uses the water vapor in the air to release a shock wave that sends them flying. This move is very similar to Bartholomew Kuma's pad cannon, with the only difference being that the shock waves aren't concentrated upon being released, but in exchange, it has a much wider area of effect. This move has a delayed effect, as the shock wave takes a while to affect the opponent. This move was first shown against some impel-down jailers. This is called Arabesque Brick Fist in the Viz manga and Funimation subs. A much stronger version of the Senmegawara Seiken. It is a very powerful punch, able to knock out a demon guard in one strike. It is used like an uppercut, rather than a straight punch, sending the opponent flying skywards. It was first used against Minorhinoceros in level 4 of Impel Down. Considering the name, it is possible this attack is 50 times stronger than Kuro B's Hyakumegawara Seiken and 5 times stronger than his Senmegawara Seiken, and as such, break through 5,000 tiles. In the anime, Jinbei used a variation of the technique that launched a shock wave, only this one didn't have a delayed effect. In the Viz manga, this is called 5,000 Brick Fist. An underwater technique that Jinbei initiates by first performing a bowl-shaped gesture with his webbed hands, one hand over the other, while underwater right before giving the water itself around him a mighty yank. This allows Jinbei to physically grab and redirect currents as if he were manipulating cloth. In the anime, Jinbei collects the water into a glowing, blue-white orb in his hands. He then swims off at high speed, causing the orb to form a spiraling water current which he then throws to the surface. This move was first used within Impel Down's exterior bay in preparation for the Karyu Ippenseoi, an underwater technique performed after Mizugakoro. Jinbei heaves the current upward, where it erupts from the ocean surface as a towering stream of water. This was first seen used in Impel Down's exterior bay in order to lift a makeshift raft onto a marine battleship. Jinbei could apparently generate multiple water streams like these if necessary. Ippenseoi I.S.A. Kimurite, a winning technique in a sumo bout where an opponent is thrown over the shoulder. In the Viz manga, this is called Ocean Current Shoulder Throw. Jinbei heaves a spear-shaped burst of water with enough force to punch a hole in solid structures. In the anime, Jinbei performed this technique after emerging from the eye of a whirlpool, and then musters up the whirlpool with his webbed hands and throws it into the target in the form of a piercing cyclone of water. This was first used against the Marines on board a battleship, dealing a fair amount of damage to the ship itself. In the Viz manga, this is called Spear Wave, a simple palm block with enough force behind it to slap away a sword swing from the shadow-powered Gecko Mariah. In the Viz manga and Funimation subs, this is called Sharkskin Palm Thrust, a powerful straight punch that is strong enough to send the shadow-powered Gecko Mariah reeling. It is unknown as to how strong this technique is, compared to either his Karakusagawara Seiken or his Gozenmigawara Seiken. Although, in the anime, a shock wave passes through Mariah's back, similar to the Sai-Dai Rin, Rokuogan technique. Later, when used against Luffy, Jinbei launches a shock wave at a fair distance by manipulating the water vapor around the air to injure even the rubber-bodied captain. In the Viz manga is called Shark Fist Tile Breaker, and in Funimation subs, this is called Shark Brick Fist. Jinbei hurls a simple droplet of water at his opponent, which can become a deadly bullet with the kinetic force created by his immense fishman strength. He first used it to nullify Hody Jones' Uchimizu. Jinbei performs a roundhouse kick, which is strong enough to block the gigantic Wadatsumi's punch and break one of his fingers. The most powerful technique of Fishman karate seen so far, Jinbei hurls a pack of water in his hands and shoots a powerful water shock wave that pierces through his opponent's body. It is so powerful that it even pierced through Wadatsumi's giant form.